When I was 16, I was in sixth form, and that's like the thing after high school. It's basically like college. And I remember I was working super hard on, or what I thought was super hard, on businesses selling like artwork of rappers and stuff. It was like a print on demand business. It wasn't very good. And there was one day where I was like, right, I'm going to get some really good work done. I only had one lesson that I had to go to that day, and that was business. And I did that lesson, and I took my personal laptop into school. And then I remember putting it in my backpack, and I walked out of my school to the local cafe, and I sat down at the cafe, got a coffee, and I opened up my laptop and I got ready to do some like deep, hard work. And I really wanted to change my life. I'm just living in the same town, like, you know, doing the same shit, not really like getting anywhere, not really doing any big stuff or anything that I thought was good enough. So I sat down at the laptop, I was in this cafe, and I remember starting work, and honestly about 2 hours went by, and I swear to God, I literally just did nothing. I was working on this print on demand business. I was writing blogs. I was researching into agency stuff. I was researching into crypto. I was just trying to find like any business that I could do that was just going to help me get out of this situation. Like, even though I was at school and I was relatively happy, I guess, I really, really wanted to like make money online and really wanted to do all that kind of stuff. Same kind of situation that I'm in now. But the difference is now I have a business and this YouTube channel that I think is so much better than what I was doing before. And in this video, I want to give you the lessons that I've learned and the key kind of takeaways from my experience over the past like 6 years on how you can go from someone who's flittering between like different business models, like not really sure on what to focus on and not really sure how to work, and get you out of that procrastination stage into the stage where you can actually work consistently on something, kind of like how I am with this YouTube channel. Been super consistent, posting videos every day, and I just want to get you to that point. So I'll get straight into the first couple steps. So the first thing that I want you to understand is all of these different businesses that you've heard of, like crypto or Forex or SMMA or dropshipping or a YouTube channel, content creation, all these different businesses, they all work, right? We have examples of people who have made these businesses work, and there's people who have made a lot of money off of them. And something really interesting that Alex Hormozi says, I don't know if you know who he is, he's like an entrepreneur who like runs a huge acquisitions business, but he says something super interesting, which is you don't actually have to be passionate about the business. This is something that I thought for a long time that I had to be passionate about. And the reason that I was focusing so heavily on doing print on demand, which is like kind of like drop shipping, but for artwork. The reason that I was focusing on that is because I'm pretty good at art, right? I like drawing, I like creative like art pieces and things like that. So I thought, well, I'm passionate about art, so I must have to like run a print on demand company, which is kind of like drop shipping. But what I didn't realize is that print on demand isn't about the artwork. That's not the problem that I'm trying to solve here. The actual problems with print on demand, in terms of that you have to solve in order to be successful with it, is just to make a really good website and be good at marketing. And I didn't really realize that. And that's how I learned how to get into marketing and running Facebook ads and things like that from running those businesses. So you don't need to be passionate about the business that you choose. You just need to focus on the problems that you want to solve, or that you'd be willing to solve. And the reality of it is, and you might not like this answer or this tip, but most of the businesses that actually generate a lot of money don't necessarily, like, you don't necessarily have to be passionate about them. Like this YouTube channel, for example, I'm passionate about the advice that I give and self-improvement, but that's not really the actual day-to-day work that I have to do, right? The day-to-day work for me on this channel isn't just being passionate about self-improvement and doing self-improvement. Like the main tasks for me on this channel is being able to record videos and edit videos and upload videos and create thumbnails. And if you're not passionate about that stuff, then that's fine, but that is the stuff that will grow a YouTube channel. So you need to understand that you just need to pick the problems that you want to solve. So with like SMMA, for example, you may think that you're passionate about like products and marketing and things like that, but that's not really the problems that you have to solve with an SMMA business. The problem you have to solve is sales, and you have to be able to sell a service to people. That's the problem. Or like drop shipping, for example, like most of the successful drop shipping companies, are people who were just willing to solve the boring ass problems, right? Like the shipping times and making sure that the website was functional and things like that. It wasn't really about the product. It was more about the service. Like that's the key selling point for dropshipping. So you just have to pick the problems you want to solve. The reason I chose YouTube is because I got good at video editing, because I was running my ex-girlfriend's YouTube channel, so I managed to learn how to edit, and I got decent at, I guess, recording videos and things like that. And I was watching a lot of YouTube, so I knew how to make YouTube videos, because I watched, once you've been on YouTube, like watching YouTube videos for like 10 years, you start to pick up a bit of an idea on like how to be a YouTuber, right? So that's the kind of problems that I wanted to solve, and that's why I'm doing that. So you just need to pick a business and stick with it, right? Don't worry too much about, oh, am I passionate about it? Do I love the work and that kind of stuff? Because a lot of entrepreneurship and a lot of people who have made a lot of money had to work through something that they really didn't enjoy for a long time. And you see all these entrepreneurs like Hamza, for example. You probably watch Hamza, and you see his life now and the things that he does, and you think, oh, that looks awesome. And he talks about his daily routine, and it's like he just loves the work that he does. But I guarantee there's been moments in his life where he just had to pump out content and like work on things that he didn't necessarily enjoy. I'll just give you a bit of an insider for me. Like I've been setting up a school community. It's going to be completely free, so don't worry about anything like that. It's going to be completely free for now anyway to start off with, because obviously there's barely anything on it, right? And I don't know if I necessarily like really enjoy creating the community and creating the courses, but I understand for my goals to be financially free and to give you that kind of advice and information and to get to that next level of me being able to be financially free requires me to set up a community and courses. And that's like part of this business model that I subscribe to. Like I am in this business model, so I have to work on the boring work. And setting up the school community was a little bit boring. I was like, fucking hell, this is going to take a long time, right? So you don't necessarily have to enjoy the work that you have to do. The next tip that has been super helpful for me is understanding that you don't have to optimize everything, right? I used to be super into the idea of optimizing every last hour of my day so I could keep all the things that I was doing in my life and kind of mold this YouTube channel around that. So I still wanted the work-life balance, being able to see my friends, being able to do all this, like go and do interesting things and go to the cinemas and go out drinking and stuff. I wanted to still do all that stuff. And what I realized is, if you actually want to create time to put into this business, so you found the business, you picked the business, and you say, all right, I'm going to work on this business. If you actually want to create time to work on it, you have to sacrifice stuff, mate. It's difficult. Like it's just part of business. This isn't an easy thing to do. If you really want to separate yourself from everyone else and really change your life, you've got to start sacrificing things. Like when I was trying to mold this YouTube channel and this work around my current existing schedule, I just didn't post regularly. I wasn't able to work hard enough. But since actually sacrificing things, I've been able to work a lot harder on this YouTube channel. So what are some of the things you can sacrifice? Well, I sacrificed spending time with my friends. I still do spend time with my friends, but a lot less than I was before. I sacrificed my girlfriend, right? I'm not with my girlfriend anymore because I just did not have the time to allocate to someone else. I had to focus on my mission and my priority, which is running this YouTube channel, building this business. And I had to sacrifice video games. I had to sacrifice watching Netflix. I had to sacrifice watching porn. Like this is stuff that I used to do all the time. Just spend a lot of I used to spend so many hours watching like Breaking Bad and Netflix series, and then I used to play video games. I used to play all like the latest like GTA DLC updates that came out every like other month or whatever. I literally spent hours and hours a day on GTA. I had to sacrifice it because I needed to create time to work on this business rather than trying to optimize my existing schedule to fit around this business, if that makes sense. So just get that idea into your head that you're gonna have to sacrifice current things that you're doing so that you can allocate time to this business. And the more things you can sacrifice in your life, the more time you're going to have to allocate towards a business. The third bit of advice I'm going to give you is you need to find what's called the needle mover. So there's a phrase in business which is the needle mover, and you can do a bunch of other random tasks like updating your logo or like maybe creating a blog or something, or doing like these little tasks that might not have a huge impact, that might move the needle slightly. But what's the biggest needle mover for me? Like what's the biggest thing that's going to impact this YouTube channel and get more people watching? Creating content, right? Creating videos, that's going to massively move the needle. So for me, the main most important task is for me to sit here like what I'm doing right now with the phone here, with recording filming content, scripting videos. That's the main task for me. And then I guess like editing the videos as well, yeah? Unless I get to the point where I'm creating enough money to actually hire an editor, which I'll definitely do, because that's gonna, even like that's another sacrifice, right? I'm gonna have to sacrifice editing videos myself, which can be a sacrifice, so that I can spend more time recording videos, maybe recording longer videos, maybe like refining the videos a bit more, that kind of thing. But I'm in the early stages. I'm kind of just a few maybe steps ahead of where you are right now. So I want to get you to my level where you're sort of in the same mindset. But you need to just find the needle mover task for you. And for whatever business you run, you'll be able to find the needle mover task. I'll give you a few examples. With SMMA, which is agency running, the main needle mover is finding clients, right? Selling to clients, getting more clients on board. That's the main needle mover. For drop shipping, the main needle mover is probably going to be Facebook ads, to be honest with you, like making sure the site's all sorted out and then like running Facebook ads, marketing essentially. And like drop shipping is just a marketing project. So you need to get better at stuff like that. So you just need to find the one task that you just need to put all your time into. And a kind of bonus tip that goes with that, which is even when you don't have any work to do. So let's say I've scheduled 5 videos into, for the next 5 days, I've got 5 videos all scheduled, edited, ready to go onto YouTube, right? So I could, have some free time, right? I'm not seeing my friends, I'm not doing anything, I'm just sat here in my room. What could I do? Well, I could start playing video games again. I've got time now. I could maybe watch a film or something like that. But what would be a better thing to do? A better thing to do would be to sharpen my axe. I think this is something that Abraham Lincoln said, and he said I'm going to butcher this. It's something like, if you gave me like 6 hours to chop a tree down, I would spend the first 5 hours sharpening my axe. And this is essentially like an analogy talking about sharpening your axe is like sharpening your brain, sharpening your knowledge, and making sure that you know what you're talking about. So when I'm recording videos, if I've like fully done all the work that I need to do, I've recorded a bunch of videos, edited them, scheduled them out, then in my spare time, I should really spend it trying to make the next videos better. So that's things like watching podcasts. Like I watch a lot of podcasts, and for me, that's the main thing that I do in my spare time now is watch podcasts. Reading books, that's something I'm trying to get better at, mate. Honestly, I'm not going to say to you, you need to read books, because I'm really trying to get better. I struggle, man. I really struggle to read books, and I'm trying to get better at it because I know that I've got so many books that I've bought that have so much value in them, like all the typical self-improvement books, and I've just not read them. So that's something I'm going to try and get better at. Hopefully you can too as well, because I'm going to do it with you, mate. So reading books, listening to podcasts, just improving your skills for that business that you're in. And honestly, just, reading books, like watching YouTube videos, that kind of thing. Obviously the right kind of YouTube videos that are going to help you, like stuff like this, I guess. So you need to just spend any additional time that you've got outside of your main needle mover task, sharpening your axe. The last tip that I'll give you is the perfect time to start is now, okay? So whatever situation you're in now, no matter what excuses you're coming up with, no matter what you're waiting for to happen in your life for you to be able to start the YouTube channel, to start the business, to work on the business, whatever it is that you're coming up with, you'll be coming up with excuses on why you should wait until you've like finished uni or wait until you've done this, right? I hear this all the time with my friends talking about, I'll do this thing as soon as I've finished uni and stuff, right? The perfect time is now. Like whatever the circumstances are in your life right now, that is the perfect circumstances to start. And this took me a long time to realize, because I had a lot of stuff going on in my life years ago, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting to get like this holiday done, or wait until I've finished school before I do this, or wait until I've passed my driving test and then I can start the business, right? I was always like prioritizing other things and waiting for like certain conditions in my life in order to justify me putting time into a business, until I realized that the perfect time to start is right now. So if you really want to change your life, being able to work on something, going from someone who's procrastinating, going from someone who is a bit directionless, like doesn't really know what to focus on, doesn't really know where to put your time and attention into, just start now. Pick a business, start on it. The perfect conditions is now, and work on it for 6 months, rewardless, and you will get there. Thank you for watching the video, mate. Hope you got some value out of that. And I'll see you in the next one. Keep improving every day. Bye.